In the Third Age, the War of the Ring has begun in Middle-earth. In Rohan, King Theoden is threatened by the White Wizard Saruman. He has created a massive army of nearly 10,000 Uruks to march against the Free People. In a desperate attempt to protect his people, Theoden decides to move the remaining men, women, and children to the fortress refuge of Helm's Deep in the mountains. Theoden is walking into a trap, however, as he has made the classic general's mistake of fighting the last war. Helm's Deep will be defended by a small band of veteran horsemen, citizen soldiers, and heroes. Theoden put forth a call to arms. Every man and strong lad that's able to wield a sword was sent to the armory and mans the walls. Along with the forces of Rohan, we find three heroes: Aragorn, son of Arathorn; Legolas, the elf of the woodland realm; and Gimli, son of Glóin, a dwarf of the mountains. Together, these three stand along with Theoden in defense of the fortress, facing odds of nearly 10 to 1, with the hope that soon their ally, the White Wizard Gandalf, will return with reinforcements of Éomer and his Rohirrim. Welcome everybody to HomeFront Wargaming's 1,000 subscriber special, The Battle of Helm's Deep. Our wargame today will pit Rohan versus Isengard in the Siege of Helm's Deep. On one side we have two of the kids, Addie and Jeffrey, playing as the defending Rohan. Their order of battle consists of peasant infantry, yeoman archers, dismounted Rohirrim, and 3 stands of heavy cavalry. They also control our heroes: Aragorn, Legolas and Gimli operating as one stand, and King Theoden, all of whom act as their own individual model and can move around the fortress to assist the troops and fight the Uruks. On the side of Isengard will be myself and my son Frank. He's only 6 years old, but is more than happy to spill the blood of Rohan today. Our order of battle consists of Uruk warriors, pikemen, crossbowmen, orc rabble, ladders for climbing the walls, ballista, a battering ram to take down the gate, and berserkers armed with the fire of Orthanc, a powerful explosive that can crumble the deeping wall. Our rules for today's wargame are based on the Remember the Alamo convention game that I took and revamped specifically for Helm's Deep. It is a simple system that fits on one page, and it seemed appropriate to model our last stand after an Alamo system, with some notable differences. In our wargame today, the defenders aren't playing to the death, though that is a likely outcome. Instead, both sides will be fighting over strategic points within the fortress itself. Isengard will be trying to capture the points, and Rohan defending for 10 rounds. If before the end of 10 rounds, Isengard captures all 5 points, they win a victory. Additionally, if Isengard killed Aragorn, Legolas and Gimli, and King Theoden, the game ends with a victory as well. Rohan simply has to make it 10 rounds, ending with at least 1 point and 1 hero left. All of the miniatures in today's wargame are from Bacchus 6mm, and they are all proxy figures, nothing officially licensed. The fortress was made from foam insulation board by me a few years ago when the 20th anniversary of the Two Towers came around, because I knew I had to make a wargame of Helm's Deep.
So our battle strategy to keep our archers high, so that way they can't be hit. And we're also going to keep some archers low, just in case they get a little too close to the wall, we can shoot them down.
We're also going to keep our infantry down low.
We begin our game today with a roll by the defenders to see if they may have a little outside help. In the Two Towers film by Peter Jackson, the defenders are greeted at the last moment by the Galadrim, a force of elves from Lothlorien and their captain, Haldir. This significantly boosts the defenders' morale and odds of success. Today the kids will roll 1d6, a 5 or 6 grants them 3 stands of the elves to bolster the defense. The kids roll a 4, and so it looks like the elves will fail to arrive, and Rohan will stand alone. We begin our game with the Rohan deployment of troops inside the fortress walls, as they listen to the footsteps of 10,000 Uruk-hai marching closer. They choose to keep most of the archers concentrated on the upper walls closer to the keep, with Theoden located in the middle where he can reach multiple points. The peasant infantry and the rest of the archers go on the deeping wall, and Aragorn stands tall alongside the men. Just as in the original Alamo game, the defenders have 4 6-sided dice that they roll to determine the movement distance in inches for the entire garrison. The Uruks only have 3. The Uruk-hai gain enough movement for most units to reach the walls, including the Berserkers, who each carry a bomb that will detonate if they end a full game round in contact with the culvert in the deeping wall or the main gate. Isengard is able to get the battering ram within an inch of the gate. The same rules apply that the gate will be battered down if it maintains contact at the end of a full round. The battering ram must be pushed by an infantry unit in order to move. The men of Rohan stand fast atop the walls and during the first shooting phase are able to clear the causeway of the Uruks and Orc rabble. By round 2, the Uruks begin shooting back with their ballista and have now raised many ladders against the walls. The battle becomes too busy for our Rohan defenders and they miss one stand of Berserkers touching the culvert at the end of the round. The wall explodes in a fury of fire, smoke, and stone. All stands atop this section of the wall are immediately removed, and we now have a large breach in the center of the deeping wall as the fire of Orthanc does its job. Rohan immediately scrambles to plug the breach, rushing the Rohirrim in for a quick defense. At the end of round 3, the battering ram is in contact with the gate, smashing through it and opening up for all future rounds. Going into round 4, both the deeping wall and the gate are breached. However, Rohan still hold all of its victory points at this time. Isengard begins to flood up the causeway towards the gatehouse, but Rohan is able to save movement dice specifically for reaction in this game, and so they move dismounted Rohirrim in as a blocker. The breach in the deeping wall sees heavy combat as the riders clash with the Uruks, and on the walls the men work tirelessly to defend their victory point. Going into round 5, our Rohan players are able to roll to see if Gandalf, Eomer, and the Rohirrim arrive as reinforcements. They need to roll 2d6 and roll doubles in order to bring them in, but fail the roll this round, and so our siege continues with Rohan standing alone. Rohan continues the defense of the breach, but abandon one wall section, opting to retreat and defend the entrance to the glittering caves instead. The Rohan players are starting to feel the pressure Isengard is bringing down upon them, as they fail again to bring on Gandalf and the Rohirrim in round 6. Isengard is able to deploy a giant ladder to assault the castle using the ballista and targeting the walls. Isengard captures its first victory point on the deeping wall as they swarm over the wall after the defenders retreat. They use the giant ladder to pour into the castle and contest the gatehouse. Only one stand of yeoman archers and Theoden contest the point. Rohan continues its retreat back to protect the Glittering Caves victory point, and they bring down Aragorn alone to protect the valley behind the deeping wall. The keep becomes contested as the Uruks pour in from all sides. Going into round 8, the Uruks swarm the valley contesting the Glittering Caves victory point, and advance towards Aragorn. Troops are mixed in all over the fortress, and tension rises as we roll to see if Legolas and Gimli suffer a fatal wound.
Legolas has 2 wounds. If I roll a 5 or a 6, he dies.
Lego.
1, he's safe.
At the top of round 9, the kids roll again for the 5th time to see if they receive Gandalf and the reinforcements. They finally roll doubles, and we see the White Wizard approach from the table's edge, along with Eomer and 6 stands of Rohirrim. They ride forward and crash into the Uruks on the causeway, with Gandalf leading the charge. The breach in the wall continues to be bloody, and the Uruks continue to funnel into the castle heading to the keep. But the kids are expertly maneuvering their archers into key positions to continue giving Isengard a run for their money. Down in the valley, however, Aragorn is in trouble as he is surrounded, and Legolas and Gimli face overwhelming odds on the wall. They are repeatedly fighting for their lives with multiple combats against them. Aragorn fights multiple combats as well, but has a +3 in combat and is able to survive and win all single combats in one go. The Glittering Caves, however, is taken by Isengard, putting the Isengard victory points going into round 10 at 3 out of 5, with the last 2 heavily contested.
We're going into round 10, and this is how we think round 10 is going to go.
Archers on the top of the castle has actually been really good for us so far, and actually has helped a lot in our favor and allowed them to breach the gate on like round 3, but they have barely gotten in there.
I feel like it's also going to go good. I agree with Jeffrey because it's the last round, and we still have all our heroes.
Yeah. Aragorn is killing a lot of people, and also we have 2 more points that haven't been taken by the I don't know what they are.
I don't know if I want to be a wimp or not.
Well, I think that you should just stay in the fight because I will be able to stay in the fight up in the castle.
Again, we do have all our heroes still.
Yeah. And if we can just keep those 2 spots, that'll just be the bare minimum that we need to win.
One stand of Rohan archers has successfully held the gatehouse the entire game. And going into round 10, our defenders rush Legolas to the Deeping Wall victory point, which Isengard has left undefended. Gandalf uses his Wizard Blast to clear most of the enemy stands off the causeway. The archers defending the castle are being picked apart by the Uruk crossbowmen. The fate of the game rests on the final melee combats. With the final victory points all contested, Isengard has overwhelming numbers attacking these points. But in the end, it is Rohan, not Isengard, who wins every single melee combat. Aragorn survives, Legolas takes back the Deeping Wall, and Theoden is able to hold the keep, leading to a definitive Rohan victory in today's wargame. In summary, Rohan was able to end the game with 3 of its original 5 victory locations, and none of the heroes were killed. Rohan will hail the victorious dead who gave their lives to defend their country and celebrate the few who survived. Thank you all for watching our Helm's Deep Wargame After Action Report. And thank you all so much for 1,000 subscribers. Honestly, I can't tell you how motivating that is for me to keep coming back here every week and making videos for this channel. And if you thought this wargame was fun, I'm going to put the entire scenario and rules in the description below so you can play your own Helm's Deep wargame at home. Share with me in the comments if you'd like to see more videos like this in the future. And let me know if there's anything specific that you would like to see me take on as a wargaming project. As always guys, my name is Sam from HomeFront Wargaming, and truly from the bottom of my heart, thank you all for watching.